What's going on, everybody? Good evening. It's a late one, I know. How's everybody doing tonight? Who we got? Freezy with the first. Every once in a while, you see something new. Looks like we're shaking it up tonight. I gotta unpin it because I can't see the comments anymore. Hang on. Hey, Preezy, what's going on? If you're not first and last, absolutely 100% agreed. Joe Biden, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Hope everyone is good moonshotting. I'm doing good over here, man. Hey, Scott F, how's it going? What's going on, everybody? Need a little drinky drink. Same old, same old. Hey, Ryan Jadwin, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing good tonight, man. I'm doing all right. Took some time today. Today was a bit stressful, but as you can tell, my channel looks a little bit different, and my Twitter. I just messed around, learned how to use Photoshop today. Made a new logo, made a new banner, worked, stared at Bitcoin and Dogecoin chart all day long, literally all day long. Yeah. Just living the dream. I'm glad to hear it. One day I'll be living my dream, hopefully. Bro, should I put my $100 on Doge or Cardtessi or something else? So confused. It depends. Like, to you, just how much is $100 to you? That's the question. I'll be here supporting your channel all the way up. Man, I really appreciate that, Ryan. Thank you so much, man. The question really is, Diaries, like, is $100 like all the money that you have to trade with, or is it just something that, you know, you don't really care too much about and you just kind of pulled out your bank account to try something in the stock or crypto market? Because depending on the answer to that question, my recommendation would be different. Because basically, if you're trying to invest with this $100 and it doesn't really mean that much to you, you're just trying to see some returns and you want to see maximum potential. That sounds more like you're looking for more of like a gamble-ish YOLO play, if you know what I mean. In which case, there could be a different recommendation. Maybe on one of the riskier cryptocurrencies that aren't as guaranteed to increase in value, but if they do, it could be more exponential. But if $100, you know, you want to really protect that and play it safe, my recommendation would be on the safer side. So let me know, Diaries. Stone Cold, man, what's going on, bro? Welcome back. Morning from Liverpool, all in on SHIB, 137 mil. Dude, good timing. I don't know if anybody saw. Obviously, you know, I'm not really a SHIB person. I respect all cryptocurrencies that are not scams. SHIB more recently has been getting a few fundamentals, so it's moved out of my scam category into my skeptical category, which means I'll now trade it, but I'm not investing in it. But yeah, SHIB is doing good. What's going on, Alaric? Welcome back to the stream, man. Byron, hey, welcome back. Glad to see you again, Byron. What's going on? I'm here. We'll support your channel. Thank you so much. And I apologize, guys, for the really late stream. I know I kind of wanted to change it up. Whenever there's nothing really to talk about, come, you know, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time in the US, my time, I don't really want to force a stream, you know. That's why I wanted to wait today till later, because I can either stream like as soon as I get off work or like when it's pretty much time for bed for some people. Those are my two times where I don't make other people in the household upset. You know what I mean? So yeah, we just didn't have anything to talk about earlier, so I didn't want to force a stream. I wanted to see if anything would play out as some time went on here, so that we could at least have something to talk about. I don't want to just hold you guys for nothing. If that is the case, I'm either not going to live stream early in the day, or I'll just make a quick video versus holding you guys hostage for 1 to 2 to 3 hours just staring at nothing happen. Check this out. Late is good. Everyone's chilling. Yeah, that's the thing. If it's going to be a chill stream, might as well be late. Everyone can just hang out, listen to music, and ask questions. Missed the last few live streams, but still have been keeping with your offline videos. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I realized I hadn't seen the name in a little bit, Alaric, but glad to hear you're still here. Awesome. You came into crypto when Doge was at the top. You didn't know anything about this. Now it's just to try and get back the money you lost. What's up? Hey, what's up, Travis? Yeah, I agree with you, Ryan. Good time to just vibe to some music. Let me know if the music's too loud, too. I can never gauge the volume because mine is not the same as yours. So, got Doge at 0.0022, still holding the roller coaster ride. Jeez, what an average you have. Have you bought any more since then, or are you just holding on to that average? Oh, I wasn't ready for that. I'm keto, so at the moment I'm on keto diet, so I can drink like vodka, rum, and seltzer, spike seltzer. The spike seltzer's not that bad, and I hate seltzer, so that tells you something. Let's see. Now, to address diaries, your question. Still bought more on a different platform? Okay, so you left your average alone on that one, and now you're messing around in Doge on your others. Okay, got it. So, diaries. To answer your question, you want to know if you should throw your $100 in Doge or something else. Here's where I'm coming from with this. So with $100, you're probably not going to want to go into a much larger cap cryptocurrency than Dogecoin, because you're trying to think return on investment. The larger caps are only going to give you like 2x. So when you go to something like Bitcoin, for example, you can expect that, let's just say you put your $100 in Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin might be up like 90% over the next couple months as it recovers back to the 60,000, 65,000 area that it came from before Elon tweet. But even still, that's just doubling your $100. So your 100 will become 200. I don't know how much that means to you. To me, I'm more about like 1,000 to 2,000. To other people in here, they're more like 10 to 20 or 100 to 200,000, just depending on what their bank account looks like. To some people, doubling $100, they'll throw a whole pizza party about that, and I respect that as well. So if you want like a guaranteed double of your $100, you could absolutely throw it in Bitcoin and come back in a couple months and you'll have $200. That's just kind of the way this is going to work, most likely. This is not financial advice, by the way. Just the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to try and answer your question the best I can. And you completely decide what you want to do after that. So that's one option. Option two is to put it in something a little more volatile that could have potentially more multiples return on your investment. So something like Ethereum, something like Dogecoin, something like Cardano. The way you can look at it, just consider this. Ethereum came down from 4,300 right when Bitcoin crashed, and it's now at 2,000. So that means as soon as That means as soon as Ethereum starts to recover a bit, you can expect Ethereum to be back mid 3,000s to near 4,000. So that's going to be a pretty quick double on your investment as well. Dogecoin, on the other hand, is a little more risky because unlike Ethereum and Bitcoin, they don't have the fundamentals behind it. I mean, Dogecoin doesn't necessarily have so many like technical fundamentals behind it that it's just going to continue to grow no matter what. But we know that Dogecoin's fundamentals, which are like the good news that we can expect, more adoption, Elon Musk being behind it, all this stuff, is what's going to keep the price continuing to propel. And we have no evidence that any of that's going to cool off anytime soon. So when Bitcoin recovers, Dogecoin's going to double, but then Dogecoin also has room to continue going. much further at the same time off very little news. So instead of the 2x return on investment there, you have more of like a 4x from this moment opportunity with Dogecoin. You lost 200 because you panic sold. Hope you understand. You're a complete noob and almost had a heart attack. Well, in that case, what you might want to do is look for a Dogecoin dip. Just get back in there and ride the wave back up, because we haven't recovered yet. So worst case scenario, you sold at probably, I don't know, 16 cents. That's the lowest we've been really since we came out of the teens. So worst case scenario, you messed up and you lost 9 cents worth on your investment. At this point, if you get back in, and I'm not saying to buy right now, but I'm just saying if you bought back in right now, worst case scenario, you messed up 9 cents and you have potential to recover with 75 cents as we head towards $1. Now, $1 is going to take some time. I'm not saying $1 next month or tomorrow or anything like that, but I'm just saying that's where Dogecoin's headed, as long as everything continues to go according to plan. So, Bitcoin and Ethereum in those, you can 2x pretty comfortably. Shortish term, but like Dogecoin, there's potential to 4x. So in my opinion, Dogecoin would probably be the safest for risk to like volatility to reward. From top to straight dip, yeah. So I mean, you buy back in now and you ride that up to 70 cents again, you're back at $300. So, you know, from the top all the way down to the dip. That's funny. So you probably bought it at like 74 and sold at 19. But yeah, in my opinion, your best bet's going to be Dogecoin. Now, if you want to do something a little riskier and potentially, man, I don't even think I can recommend SHIB with $100. SHIB will 10x this month. Here's the thing. I fully believe that SHIB has potential to do what it wants to do. If SHIB 10x's, the market cap of SHIB will be what Dogecoin's is right now. And I made another video on that. So it's going to take a bit. Bro, I need you to make Doge dip or I'm unsubscribing. Bro, I can't do that. You might as well click unsubscribe now, man. I'm sorry. I want a Doge dip too, trust me. But Bitcoin is being resilient. And I'm not missing or skipping your comments, guys. I'm just reading in reverse order, kind of. I do that a lot, sorry. Holding 1920 Doge, bad? You mean that's how many Doge that you have? Or that's where you're holding from 19 cents? All that profit still scares me on Doge, though. I still hodl some, though. Oh, I skipped a couple more comments. I had a hunch on Internet Computer before it gained 50% yesterday. Didn't go for it, so now you set up a separate account for swing trading. Man. Did it gain 50% yesterday? I didn't even look. There's a lot of altcoins, by the way, guys, that we need to start looking at, other than Doge. So Alaric, I am still in on Doge on my holding accounts, but my scalping account, I did not buy back in yet. But yeah, there's a lot of altcoins to keep your eye on, and I'm wondering where Amanda is, because she's been asking me about AMP for the last couple days, and so I did some research on that. That's what I was doing up till I started the stream. So we'll see if she pops in. Let's see. Let's see. But you learned a lot from these. Oh, the term hodl. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't think anybody really saw Doge going from 74 cents on SNL 1 month ago down to 16 cents as of last week. Now, don't get me wrong. We expected a news sell-off, and we got it. But there were just a ton of unfortunate things that happened in, like, sequence right after. We had the whales all selling, and then we had more panic in the market, and then as soon as we started recovering, because don't forget, we sold off hard, but then we recovered back up to 60 cents on Doge. I don't know if you remember that, But then that's when Bitcoin crashed, and that's when the sell-off just never stopped. We just kept going down and down and down and down. So it's been unfortunate, but we will get back up there. Just gotta believe a little bit. Let's see. I would love to see SHIB 10x this month, and I have been trading SHIB, so I'm not lying about that. I just don't think it's going to happen. Now, with Shiba Swap, over time, there will probably be an increase of SHIB in price up to a point where it does 10 to 15x, getting it near, where Dogecoin is now. I don't doubt that, but SHIB has a completely different angle. And I think that's the thing that most people miss, because SHIB titled itself as like the Dogecoin killer, right? That's what we all kind of know it as. The knockoff Dogecoin that calls itself the Dogecoin killer. But SHIB really is not a Dogecoin competitor, other than the name, in my opinion. Other than the name and the buyers having come from Dogecoin. I don't think SHIB has anything to do with Doge. It has its own little space. I could talk about that as well. Michael says, I put 40K when Doge was around 68 cents. Wow. You sold at 50. At least you sold. Now you can get back in at a dip, and then all you have to do is ride it up. And at this point, since you sold, you can buy way more Doge than you had bought at 68 cents, because now they're way cheaper per. So you can make that money back pretty quickly with just probably instead of an 18-cent move, probably just like less than 10 cents. Oh, you said something else. Okay. SHIB needs to do more to prevent scams. Well, I'm not convinced about SHIB until Shiba Swap actually drops. There's a lot of rumors that it's going to be like, now they're saying July 1st. But I mean, how long have they been saying Shiba Swap's going to come? That's my thing. At least with Dogecoin, the thing with Dogecoin, it moved from complete meme territory to, okay, we can kind of trust this, because now people are accepting it as payment. That is Dogecoin's end goal, for people to accept it as payment. The improvements that happen along the way help it get adopted faster and help people understand the value of it, because they can see, oh, it's better than the other coins at this, and it's better than the other ones at this. But at the end of the day, Dogecoin's value comes from adoption. Shiba is not the same. SHIB coin is not the same thing. SHIB, and it's funny because if you go to their website, actually, let me pull this up in a separate tab. And then don't forget, we are going to talk about Dogecoin and Bitcoin and everything that's happening here. But this is more of a chill stream. So there's honestly no rush, because nothing's going to happen right now anyway. So that's why I'm not going straight into doing a TA. Because let me summarize it for you. We're trading sideways. There you go. Am I still in on Doge? I am holding Doge right now on my holding accounts. So I do have 2 accounts where I'm still holding Doge from my really high average. And like I told myself, at the moment we were coming down, I ain't selling. All right. And I'm sticking to that. Have not sold. But on my scalping account, I have not seen an opportunity here short term to enter. I don't like where we're at right now. I don't feel confident in any particular direction, which I'll talk about in a moment. And so I don't want to just place an entry high speculatively, because there's a higher chance we go down right here than up, regardless of patterns and everything. What do I think about Tron staking? I actually don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to look at that. Because that really comes down to what do I think of the actual cryptocurrency in it itself. Staking usually is fine. Staking, you get a return on your investment basically by staking your coins. But you're pretty much asking what are my opinions on Tron, and I don't have any yet, so I'll have to look at that. How many times is it going to hit its head on 35K? It's got to fall out eventually. That's what you would think. But the problem here with Bitcoin and Dogecoin is that people are looking at the Wyckoff distribution pattern, and we've got a lot of trading going on with people firmly believing that we are not going to fail here. So, hey, what's going on, Adam? Welcome to the stream. I see a lot of people like coming into the stream and leaving. This is a chill stream, so if you're looking for extreme excitement with crazy news tonight, you're not going to find it. We are chatting. Ask any questions you want about anything. I'll answer them for you. If you're looking for some breaking news, there is no Dogecoin news tonight. So that's not really where we're going with this stream here. It's just to discuss what's going to happen next and, kind of regroup. So I don't want to let anybody down. But if you're enjoying this kind of stream, this is how each one goes. Sometimes I have more exciting info to talk about. Other times I address all questions. Feel free to click that subscribe button and help me hit my goal. I've got like 2 days left and we are on target, so that's awesome. With your help, we'll get there. The AMA tomorrow, Shiba Swap will arrive soon, and so will Coinbase. Nothing else has the near future catalyst. You're up 30% this week already. I'm glad about that. I posted a video a couple days ago on why you should give SHIB a try, and that there was a 30% move coming. So that's awesome. Glad you're up 30% there. In the video, I didn't talk about Shiba Swap, but I have been in all my live streams. What I talked about, so that there is more potential there for you as well. But don't forget, so there'll probably be a spike, and then a bit of a new sell, and then a recovery, and then the Coinbase Pro listing, and then there will be another spike. So there's a lot of potential on SHIB right now. And I'm not a SHIB investor. I don't like SHIB. I like moves. I like making money. So I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. Same here. Nice. 3 cents soon? Bro, you've been saying... All right. At least it went up from 2 cents. So 3 cents, that sounds like you're actually bullish, 7. I respect it. Michael says when it became... Let me drag my chat over so it's not on the other side of the planet. Michael says when it became 42 cents, I put all in again and it became half now. I don't know if there's any bottom. I thought 36 was bottom. Yeah. Market crashes suck. It doesn't matter if it's in cryptocurrency or if it's in the stock market. If you have ever been a part of a market crash, they suck. They go on for a long time, usually weeks, sometimes even months. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the market crash that the stock market just experienced and is now on the tail end of. But I mean, it's just red day after red day, week after week after week, and you think you're at a bottom and you keep buying the dip and you keep averaging down, but then it makes a new low and then it crashes again, and you just are like, well, when is it going to end? The unfortunate thing is, usually there's no way to tell. All you can do is do your technical analysis, get your best ideas based off fundamentals on top of that, and then execute, make a plan and trade the plan and execute on it and hope for the best. Yeah, I mean, those levels that you mentioned, Michael Lee, 68 cents, that was one key level, right around 68, 69. And then 60 cents was another. And then 50 cents was another. And then 42 was another. 36 was a key level. 30 cents was a key level. 28, 25. And I mean, we went all the way down to 16 cents. But when you're talking Bitcoin too, I mean, look at, I can guarantee you, most people did not think that a coin like Bitcoin that was at all time highs would get cut in half in value within a couple of days. So like I said, just completely unpredictable when it comes to market crashes. Sometimes you just gotta be along for the ride. Everyone gets burned and, gets a slap on the hand sometimes. I did, everybody did, I think. Unless you just were not in. But the thing is being able to recover from it once the market recovers, because there is always a recovery. Every single time there's been a market crash in history, there has been a recovery. But the people that panic and they just ride the wave down, and then you say, you know what, forget the market, and they never recover their losses, they're the ones that end up hurting. But as long as you just reset, start looking into investing for the recovery and ride that wave back up, you won't be at a loss. So there we go. AMP is a good investment, not financial advice. AMP is great. Ryan says these market cycles will destroy you. Just look at the 5-year charts. Even 3-year, patience is key. Right, exactly. The cycles will, and they're sometimes even manipulated to throw retail traders off. That's why you can't do what retail traders usually do, which is lose money and then give up. That's how the market wins. Byron says I sold 10,000 shares of my Doge at 72 before SNL. Smart man. Still holding good amount, but it lost its value. I see. Hey, that's smart. I was going to sell at 72, and then I don't know if you guys remember, but I had my sell set for like 71 cents, and I had been staring at the charts every single moment of every day leading up to SNL and on SNL event. And I said, you know what? All right, we're above 70, but now we're trading sideways. We look stable. I'm going to run take a shower real quick. Didn't bring my phone with me. I came out like 10 minutes later, and a whale had sold, and we were down in the 60s. And then it was GG at that point. All downhill. So that was a fun time. Quite the roller coaster. Let's see. You look at SHIB as a pretty good scalping tool. Yeah. Just made a few bucks, transferred to a USD coin. There you go. That's what I did as well. I made like 20% off of a scalp, and I just flipped it back to USD. And now it's still in, I think it's still in USD. Actually, I should see what that's in. Maybe it's in Doge. What did I do with it? Because I did it on crypto.com. By the way, guys, in case you don't know, the way to scalp and trade on exchanges, basically buy into your cryptocurrency of choice that you want to ride the wave up with. So, for example, buying SHIB at 7,000 Satoshi, I guess is what they call it, units. Selling at 9. Don't sell and exchange back to fiat currency. Exchange it back to a stable coin. That way you don't get capital gains taxed. And then, that stable coin is going to be tied to the US dollar. And so it won't fluctuate in price. So you can just hold it there instead of switching back to actual US dollars, which will then count as a sell where you'll get taxed. So just keep it in cryptocurrency. Where are my funds at? Do I have no investment? Let me see. Okay, I have 0 SHIB. I have 0 Doge. Okay, I guess I'm not in anything on crypto.com. Well, that's fine because I already made a couple $100s on here. So it's only a couple $100 account anyway. But I traded my plan that I told you guys about on SHIB and it worked. Let's see. $1 Doge is only 4x. Yeah, it's not much. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. 4xing is an insane amount of money. So I'm not going to say it's not much. But when it comes to what people have gotten accustomed to with cryptocurrency, like, man, if only I had bought Dogecoin at 1 cent by the time it hits $2, yeah. In that perspective, it's not that much. But 400% return on investment, try doing that in the stock market, trading properly. Usually you invest in an ETF or something. What do you get, like 8% per year? We're trading sideways? Yes, we sure are, Ryan. Do I think Bitcoin still has a chance to break out, or is it going to go on its way back down? According to the Wyckoff distribution pattern, it still has a chance to break out, and it's just following what it's supposed to be following. My problem is the actual reality of what's going on in the market. We did not fall just because of the Wyckoff distribution chart. We fell because Elon Musk suspended Bitcoin as a method of payment for Teslas. It's not like this was just a market crash that was unwarranted and came out of nowhere, and it was just purely technical and market manipulation. So, yes, we might also be following the Wyckoff chart so far, and people that were looking at it from different angles probably started buying and selling at points that they thought, based off the Wyckoff distribution, that the price would reverse that on the lows and highs, which probably started to force it in that pattern even more. But I guarantee you, if there's good news or bad news, that we break free from that pattern. Patterns are just... Usually patterns don't get me wrong, patterns do repeat themselves. Patterns are a great thing to look at for potential moves when you don't have anything else to go off of. But when you've got strong fundamental catalysts in the market, sometimes you really just gotta kind of think for yourself and not stare at the charts and try and get an answer from those. And that's why I say, according to the chart, we should be going up. And if there's no things happening here over the next, I guess, couple days to manipulate the price for good or bad, we'll probably continue to follow the Wyckoff distribution because everyone is just going to keep trading according to that path. but we don't know what's going to happen. Could be some more bad news for Bitcoin, or could be some good news for Bitcoin. The crypto space is extremely emotionally driven right now, so I take that pattern with a grain of salt. Right, exactly, me too. And what's going on, Joseph? Good to see you. Love the chill vibes, man. Keep doing you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Ryan. It's not for everybody. You know, I'm not going to have a million people in the stream, probably. Some people just like hype, you know, streams that make them feel good. Kind of like going to church. But I'm just here to chill and make money and talk to you guys and listen to music and trade properly, answer questions. You know what I mean? I'm like here to do the actual thing with none of the unnecessary stuff and no lying, no clickbaiting. Let's see. Can't stay long tonight. Just came to smash the like button. Hope you're doing good. Hey, man, I really appreciate that, Dr. Dre. Good to see you, man. Hopefully I'll catch you tomorrow. Should be a much earlier stream tomorrow. Have a good night, man. Stone Cold says Bitcoin shorts are really low. It won't dip tonight. We'll hit 35.5 before it hits 33. Very possible. 35.5 has been a point where it seems to like to reverse off a lot. Diary says, I wonder how traders suddenly gets the news on what crypto gonna pump. Cartesi went 3x in 15 minutes yesterday and came back to the same spot. So a lot of times there's Discord groups and just groups in general, whether they're on Discord or Reddit or wherever, of pump opportunities. So they will make announcements like hours in advance on which cryptocurrency or stock they're going to pump, and they basically tell everybody to, like, at this specific time, buy at the same time to pump it, and then like take profit. And that's usually what you see, especially if the price comes crashing back down. Now, I don't know if Cartesi or Tessie, I've never heard of that, fell after, because that would usually be the indicator of whether or not it was a pump and dump or just a pump off some kind of news. Preezy says that wasn't the last dip in my opinion. Reason being, not enough whales bought at 28,000 because it sat at 29,000 for a while. And if whales bought like it was the bottom, to bounce back up would have been harder. I agree with you. And that's been my problem. That's why no matter what, I've still been bearish overall. I don't care what the patterns say at this point. I don't care about the wick off distribution. You know. It's kind of, for me. Did this earphone die? No. Oh, that's awkward. Huh. Well, guess I'm listening out of one ear. Let me charge this one. Samsung Galaxy Buds, you betrayed me. Maybe if I put it in the charging case, give it a couple minutes. Thank you from Oklahoma City. Hey, Arat, what's going on? Welcome back, man. Hey, Advantage, what's going on, brother? Welcome back to the streams. Young Finance says, what do you think Doge will hit in a few weeks? Oof, man, y'all are asking the tough questions. If Bitcoin follows the Wyckoff distribution here and does actually recover, Dogecoin can easily be back 40 to 50 cents within the next 2 weeks, you know? But at this point, I'm not convinced that it will. And I feel like Bitcoin wants to crash again. So I feel like that would mean sometime next week, Doge back to the teens. That's just the way I've been feeling. Maybe it's also partially, even though I try and be as unbiased as possible, because I do want another dip. Though I also want a recovery, of course, for my holding accounts. I would love another dip. And so, yeah. But I mean, and let's start getting into the TA portion, because I'm sure some people have some questions. If I go to Dogecoin and I hide drawings, just look at this here. And I mean, nothing looks bullish about what we've been doing. Yes, the Wyckoff distribution chart does say that we do all these little things and the consolidations and the springs and then the bull trap and then the bear trap and then the manipulation. Sure. Okay, sure. And if enough people believe that this is exact, and this is what other people will tell you too, the way that trading works and the way price goes up and down is based off what people, are we frozen? Okay. It's just the market's based off what people believe. If people believe something's going to happen, they will emotionally execute a trade off of their belief. And if enough people believe the same thing, then you end up speaking that belief into existence, because everyone's thinking the same thing, and so they buy in at the same points, they sell at the same points, and it ends up becoming reality, even if that wouldn't have happened if they weren't paying attention to those things to begin with. And that's what happens with support and resistance. That's what happens with reversals at Fibonacci levels, off of different indicators, off 200 EMAs. It's everyone looking at something, thinking that something's going to happen, and then doing their part to manipulate the market in expectation of that thing happening. It's really weird how it works, but I'm sure a lot of you knew that anyway. But point being, if nothing really is happening to make the price go up or down on Bitcoin, and it's just up to all the buyers and sellers to do what they want to do and decide where the price is going to go, and there's nothing else but the Wyckoff distribution to make people feel like they should buy or sell, it's very likely that will fulfill itself. That's my point. But that being said, when you look at the price action overall and you stop thinking about patterns, just from a day trader, multiple year experienced, studying candles, studying patterns, studying the way things happen, I mean, you look at this and it doesn't look good. In fact, it still looks like it wants to fall out of here and come back down. You don't need to have a volume indicator up. You don't need to have a bunch of indicators. You just look from here to here and here to here, and you see we're making lower highs and lower lows still, and it just does not look like we're having any thoughts about a recovery. And this is on Dogecoin, which is the more volatile one that's following Bitcoin. So imagine what Bitcoin's saying. But I mean, just look at this from this perspective right here and tell me why you would be bullish. We're the furthest that we've really ever been from the 200 EMA line on the bottom side. We're low on trading volume, and we're still selling off and making lower lows and lower highs. So, so is the Wyckoff distribution a natural trading pattern, or is it just from manipulation? So basically, Wyckoff, that guy, it's from manipulation, and he got so annoyed with, I guess, market makers, you could say, and hedge funds manipulating traders, that he kind of exposed one of their main patterns that they do to really take advantage of retails, because retail investors, especially new ones, are very emotional, and it's very easy to fake them out. And that's why, like, moves like this one right here, for example, that's a retail trader killer. All these things that we call like fake outs and bull traps and bear traps, retail investors lose all their life savings off of those. They get too impatient, they get emotional, they FOMO, all that kind of stuff. You see, we break above and you don't buy in here because you're like, oh, I don't see a pullback. You see a run up, you FOMO buy in, the price dumps, never recovers. You know what I mean? So they know what they're doing. They study that kind of psychology of retail traders, and they know how to take advantage of them. So the Wyckoff distribution was basically just a pattern, a common pattern of manipulation in the market that market makers use. And yeah. So yeah, not a natural pattern, a manipulation pattern. But then the thing is, like I said, once people start seeing things starting to form, they start playing into it. So you can see maybe the start of the Wyckoff was manipulation. But then if people see it continuing to play out, they'll start timing their buys and sells off of the pattern that they see forming. So it'll end up fulfilling itself. And I know I missed a couple comments here. Bear with me, guys. If I somehow didn't come back to yours and I completely missed it, just ask it again. Because we know I do intend to read all comments. But yeah, Stone Cold Murphy, trading groups. Trading groups where the goal is to pump groups. Those are very common and risky. I like church, but hype like Matt Wallace is too much. What's going on, Sophia's World? It is like I said, I don't like talking bad about other streamers. I caught myself starting to do that before. And though the reason I started doing YouTube streaming trading content, because as you know, this channel is called 2020 Tech Official. Obviously, I talked about technology before, and that's why this channel was made. But off camera, I was day trading and successful. And when I went to go look for content to watch in my spare time, even though I didn't need to watch and learn from other people at this point, everybody likes to be entertained. It was just all hard to watch. And so that's kind of how I started one night. I was just like, you know what? My car's in the shop. I can't do anything anyway. Let me start helping some people learn how to trade and maybe give people something to watch that I would want to watch because I can't find it. So, but yeah, I agree with you. Some people overdo the hype thing, but there's an audience for it for sure. There's an audience for it. Absolutely. There's an audience for people that clickbait. Look at the SHIB community. I'll get to this in a minute. I don't want to go off topic. I have some things to say about SHIB. The fundamentals on Bitcoin and crypto at an all-time high, though. We will probably come down a little more, but this is the time for you to accumulate. This is a good thing. Exactly. Dollar cost average during all these lows, and don't worry about short-term loss or gain. Give it a few months. Clear skies ahead. Trust. Exactly, Ryan. These are the good times. It doesn't really matter how much you're down. Here's the thing. As long as you still have capital to invest, that is your investing money. I'm not talking about going into your savings that you weren't supposed to touch and being down 10 grand on a 20 grand investment already and saying, you know what, well, I guess I got to go into my retirement fund. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying if you were holding from 60, 75 cents and you're down at a loss right now and you've got more money that you can trade with comfortably, now is your moment to average down, dollar cost average, bring your average cost down. And then once the price recovers, once it gets to now your low average price and then goes above that, now you're back in profit. So these are good moments for you. The worst has already happened. The scary part, the drop, we've already dropped. Mariano, I have 50 million SHIBs at 0.00. Wow. Return on investment, not much, just riding the wave. Nice. SHIB has some potential. So, in my opinion, at that price, you're in pretty low. So, depending on 50 million as well. That's not even a whole lot. So, yeah, you might as well ride that wave. Very low risk. And just depending on how it works out, if SHIB does somehow catch up to Dogecoin's value, then you've 10x'd your investment, which is incredible. That's like Dogecoin buying in right now and seeing Doge getting to, $2.50. That would be amazing. Bro, time for class. See you next time. Remember the name. I always come up. Appreciate your work. I absolutely will, Diaries. Yeah, Matt's just too much. Hating that. Guess he's a hyperactive kid. God help that dude. Well, thank you for hanging out, Diaries. Definitely catch you next time. Thanks for supporting the stream. But yeah. And he means well. He means well. I have nothing against Matt. He hustles. He gets multiple videos out per day. He is fully doing his thing to lead the Dogecoin movement, and he's a nice person too. If you just follow him on Twitter and see the things that he does and a lot of the hashtag things that he tries to get trending, he means well. So, but that's his lane, and I've got my way of doing things, which is just a bit different. Preezy says the new news is July 17th. Grayscale unlocking for investors to trade or move their investments over 16 Bitcoin will be available to be possibly sold. Interesting. What's going on, Mickey? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I saw your tweets. I'm with you. I'm not digging all the SHIB hype either. Yeah, man. Yeah. So let's talk about SHIB really quick, and then if no one else is asking questions, we'll go to Bitcoin or Doge. There's just not that much to talk about there. So, and we've kind of been talking about it already, but we'll of course have a minute dedicated to it. Why is my camera off? Hang on. Camera's doing weird things here. I don't know the way it's configured. Super zoomed out. we go. That's kind of how I usually have it. All right. I'm late. Which direction we headed, Chief? Unfortunately, Stankist, sideways. Here's basically what I was saying, Stankist. And then I'll talk about SHIB, and then I'll come back to Doge with more details. Sideways until, well, basically. I mean, looking at the Wyckoff distribution chart, it looks like, following the pattern, we should be going up very soon. If nothing crazy happens in the market, and there's a bit of volume, it's very possible that since so many people believe that at this point, they just start buying in at the levels and forcing the Wyckoff distribution to continue to happen. Overall, though, this is not like a technical, like my point is we didn't sell off and end up where we are because of market manipulation. It was because specifically Elon Musk crashed the market. We know that. I mean, it was the moment he said it is when the market crashed. And it was a massively impactful statement too. It wasn't something light. And I'm sure, yeah, by all means, whales, short sellers, they absolutely took advantage of that opportunity. But if he had not tweeted, would we be at $30,000 right now? I don't think most people would say yes to that question. If he had not suspended Bitcoin for Tesla, there would have been no reason for the price to go slice itself in half within a couple days. So basically what I'm saying is it's an emotionally driven market. So anything can really happen here. And overall, if you just do a quick technical analysis glance at the chart so far, I mean, this looks incredibly bearish. Ever since 74 cents, we've still been making lower highs and lower lows, like the swing highs and lows here. Overall, I mean, we have not been breaking into any new territory. It does not look like we're ready for a reversal. Even the consolidation here is down pretty much at almost under previous support. So, I mean, it's just not looking good. So, I mean, we could go up if we follow the pattern, but I don't think the pattern's really what's important here. And maybe people really get thrown off guard by thinking that the pattern is going to fulfill itself. But I mean, we've just been stuck under the 200 EMA. There's just no bullish signals here. So, I mean, that's my angle. But I mean, like I said, a lot of us already, we've bought a lot of Dogecoin shares. So, I mean, we have a lot of coins. If the price does not dip again, it'll be fine. We'll be in profit, so that'll be awesome. I think a lot of us might be just naturally a little bit more bearish anyway because we do want to see a dip. But basically what I'm just saying is I don't see a case for Bitcoin to go up other than people realizing that pattern. Because if I knew nothing about that pattern, I'm saying like we've been looking bad for a while and nothing really looks better. All we've been doing is proving the point as we continue to reject off the 35,000 resistance here. And it's been like 10 times already that we have not been able to break above 35,000. So, yeah. I like that the other channels are pumping that was the bottom. Whales are sitting back watching everybody get relaxed to pull the rug a little more. Yeah, I feel like I definitely have a different angle than pretty much every other channel. Everyone else I watch is saying like we're at the bottom, this is the wick off time, like we're gonna go up. But then every single day, I mean, I don't change my opinion based off what other people think or say. Like if I see something very obvious, you're gonna have to make a good point for me to change my mind. Not just be saying, oh, we're at the bottom because we've gone so low. Just overall technical analysis, doing price analysis, looking at the candles, looking at the volume, looking at where we've been rejecting, looking at the fact that we've been making lower lows and lower highs, looking at the fact that we keep getting stuck under key levels that we've mapped out. Like I've been staring at this chart with you guys for what, like 6-7 weeks now, every single day. I think we're very, very familiar with Bitcoin and Dogecoin levels at this point. Pretty much all of us. So if we believe something, there's going to be a very good reason for it. But like I said, always can get proven wrong. But if I see something obvious, I see something obvious. Reality here is that based on support and volume, we're not at the bottom. Exactly. Based off technicals, based off levels, how we're trading and volume, we're not at the bottom. If people just want to support that trading pattern and they end up all buying at the same time and set a little spark off that ignites a bullish run here from Bitcoin, then we can break above 35. We can break out of that little area, and maybe we do get a reversal and head above 42,000. But like I said, on this run up here, we already saw the market getting terrified when Bitcoin made its run from 35 to 42 and it didn't break it that time. That sparked the whole next market crash because yet again, it failed 42,000, which signified that it was not ready to recover. And it's been so long now. People were already losing faith in crypto. This was like their last little dying hope. Most people didn't even believe it. They weren't even buying in on the way up. That's why all the altcoins stayed still. And then everything just dumped. And now we're stuck under 35,000 for the longest we've ever been under 35,000, by the way. Look here, 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 just a couple hours at a time. On the 4-hour time chart, look at all of these candles. This was since the 20th. It is now almost July. And we're still stuck under 35,000. So when you look at it from that perspective, it doesn't look good. But then you can find your bullish angles. Like, you know, we've got the overall the W forming here. So, I mean, there's angles for both. But like I said, my position is until we break above 35,000 and start trading on the top side of it. That's why I have this box here. Until we get up here, hold above 35,000 and start trading comfortably and not falling back under, I personally am not changing my stance to bullish. Anytime we're under this 35,000 level, I'm going to be bearish. And I'll be proven wrong gladly once we break to the top side of this. We start trading here and we start making some moves up to like 36 and then back towards 37, which was the normal range. 35 to 37, as you can see here, was the normal trading area for Bitcoin when it was not doing well or bad. Right here. See all this activity in this area? There would be fluctuations up, fluctuations down, but overall, all the activity was right at this average price of about 35 to 37, right here. So until we can get back in that range, I am not convinced. I missed a comment. Let me see. How are we feeling for Doge? Going up past 25 or revisit 16. I still feel like we're going back to teens, but we'll see. I mean, we're technically above 25 right now, right? Aren't we at 25.4? 254? Doger. Yeah, we're at 255, so we're technically above right now. But Bitcoin, though. Bitcoin's the real test here. Also, if anybody in this stream right now is new and not usually in my live streams or catching my videos, feel free to click that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 3,000 and I'm only a couple subscribers away, so you could really help me reach my goal. And I definitely appreciate your support and would love to see you in the next video as well. Hey, Byron, thank you for hanging out, man. Yeah, definitely catch you tomorrow. I'll have an earlier stream going tomorrow, guys, unless I end up busy again and there's absolutely nothing happening, in which case I might do a evening stream again. But I do plan to stream at 9 Eastern, but usually, especially if things are looking good, I'll stream earlier, like as soon as I finish work. 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for that sub, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Man, we're almost to, what is that, like 1940 now? So I've only got like 60 to go. That's awesome. Wait, why does that say 19? That's not correct. Oh, 29. The number was too small. I couldn't see it. There we go. 2940. I was like, that's not right. Appreciate that. Oh, and I lost my comments. There we go. I like it because the whales will do opposite of what those channels are pumping. Yeah. The market manipulators and all the big dogs, I mean, they're just going to take advantage. Trust me, they've got a couple guys watching the YouTubers talk. You're a huge bull on crypto, but it's just the way it is. Same here. almost all cryptocurrencies are going to go up. I'm extremely bullish on crypto, and that's why I prefer to be in this space right now than in the stock market. There's like a 50-50 split, or even sometimes like a 40-60 split, with the 60% being like short in the stock market. Everyone wants to bet on it going down versus going long. And for that reason, a lot of times it's hard to catch the moves up, and then it's really easy to catch the moves down. And the moves down are usually faster than the moves up. And it's just really, it's a difficult place to be. You have to know what you're doing and be on your toes. In the crypto market, though, most of these assets, they're new and they're appreciating, and the whole market's new. It's brand new. It's exciting. And everybody thinks every coin's going to the moon, which means that at some point, almost every coin does go up in value. So there's just scalping opportunities and investment opportunities all over the place. So, yeah, I'm extremely bullish on crypto as well. But when things are not going to go up, they're just not going to go up. Like, you also got to be reasonable. So I'm with you there. How high do I think Doge and Bitcoin will go if the bull run continues? Well, there's technically nothing stopping Bitcoin at all, except for the FUD. The FUD based off Elon, right? So if Bitcoin can manage to recover and break above 35,000, get back to trading normally between 35 and 37, make another run-up attempt to 42,000 and break above. Oh, you need to sign off early, Pantry. Doge is just trading sideways. It's not really looking good or bad. Doge is trading right above 25 cents, which normally would mean something, but it really doesn't, because Bitcoin at this point isn't above 35,000 yet. So basically, Pantry, there's nothing really to write home about here. We're just trading sideways, and I assume tomorrow we'll get a pretty good idea, because Bitcoin's been at 35,000 for like 2 days now. It's going to eventually either break to the top side or reject back down to 33. So probably just one more day of this or less. But right now, Doge is looking, I would say, just somewhat bearish, but that's just because Bitcoin is still stuck under 35. So yeah. But yeah, Joseph, there's really nothing stopping Bitcoin. I clicked play on that song. It didn't play. Well, it says it's playing. Do you guys hear it? Oh yeah, y'all hear it. Why don't I? Did this said? Ah. The other earbud died. Does that mean now I get the right one? Yeah. See? Anyway, there's nothing stopping Bitcoin overall from getting to really high highs. Bitcoin, like we talk about all the time, in the code, we already know how it's designed to exponentially increase in value over time rapidly. The projections for Bitcoin this year were already 100,000 before the crash. If it can get back on track anytime soon, it'll probably still go to 100,000 by the end of the year, just based off the technicals and the fundamentals of Bitcoin. So there's that. And then also, on the way up, all Bitcoin has to do is break 42,000, and it is on its way back to recovery. The only reason it's even down here is because of Elon Musk and the FUD that spread from Elon's tweet. But if we can forget about that and start to overcome and really focus on the good announcements, because Bitcoin has, the news for El Salvador being legal tender and, multiple other announcements, but everyone ignored the good just because of Elon's one bad. So basically what I'm saying, if the good can overcome the bad and we can get back to breaking above 42,000, Bitcoin will just be on its way back to 60s and then continue. That's really all it takes to break 42,000. We'll get us back, and Doge at that point will be back to like 50, 60 cents. It won't take much at all. I'm going to keep those dates from that screenshot I posted last night to see if the price is close on those dates. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how that looks as well. Skydive says, I shamelessly plugged your channel. Let's see if it works. Thank you, Skydive. Where'd you plug it? On someone else's live stream or something? I appreciate that support. Stankus with the Bears. I feel you. Oh, look at this. A little bit of a run up here. Well, Bitcoin crashed again because of China, but before China, it was Elon. The China thing was recent. There were two different China crashes recently, but before that, there was wait, is that the real final stand? No, it's not. It's not actually final stand. That's not Matt Wallace. Matt, is that actually you? Bro, to the moon. Gotta get the rocket for that. To the moon. Absolutely. And my audio goes out too. There it is. Oh, you didn't hear it.
3, 2, 1.
We got the rocket for Matt. Thanks for hanging out, Matt. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. Kind of freaking out. Not gonna lie. We've only got the biggest Dogecoin content creator in the United States. In the world, honestly. Not even the United States. In my live stream. That's all. You know, no pressure. Whoa. Okay, Bitcoin. Thank you, Skydive. Really appreciate that. Wow. Yeah, that's an awesome plug. I'll definitely be telling my girl about this one when the stream ends. Matt Wallace was in my live stream. Hey, what's going on, Steven? We're voting on consensus for fee reduction updates right now on Dogecoin. Yeah, I was just in GitHub just reading through the articles not long ago. It's really cool to read that stuff, by the way. If none of you have read it, check out the GitHub for where the Dogecoin devs talk. It's really interesting. A lot of it you might not understand, but it's always good to try and learn. Press like, absolutely. Hit that like button, click subscribe. Will Final Stand subscribe? That's the question. Will Matt Wallace subscribe to 2020 Tech Official, to the lowly channel? There's the question of the day. Hey, Travis with the rockets. That's what I like to see. Saab, what's going on, Saab? Are we going back to 10 cents for Doge anytime soon? For Dogecoin, guys, y'all are making me nervous. For Dogecoin to go to 10 cents, it would really take a lot. We'd have to see Bitcoin back down to about 20,000. You subbed? Dude, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, we'd have to go to about $20,000 in order to see Dogecoin to 10 cents. So just keep that in mind. 20,000 Bitcoin. And it would take a lot to get to 20,000 Bitcoin, especially at this moment where, I mean, we can have overall a bearish sentiment, but you do also just have to take a look at the chart and see we've been knocking on 35,000's door like 10 times here, because this is on the 30-minute time frame. So a lot of these touches, these attempts are summed up, and you can even see summed up we've hit once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. This is the 5th time, and this was just over the last 2 days. You go back 6, 7, 8, you know what I mean? So obviously if you go down on time frame, you start to see more rejections. Usually that's a bearish sign, but the fact that we have not significantly sold off over the last 8 touches here, and we're holding above like the 34,000 level, which by the way, when we did our TA, we know that 34,000 is not a strong level. Usually. It's a decent level, but it's not super strong. Bro Science, thank you so much for your sub. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. We've got two days. So we've got tomorrow, because it just hit midnight here. So technically it's the 29th, but the actual day of the 29th has not hit. So we have the 29th and the 30th to get to 3,000 subs. So we are on our way. Yeah, that was an awesome plug. Skydive, you're the best. Skydive for mod 2021. Pumping. Matt Stoney. That's the wrong Matt. Isn't that Upshot? Yeah, bro, need more TA channels? Hey, you found your channel. That's pretty much all I do here. TA, and I talk fundamentals too, but here's the thing. Like, I come from trading the stock market, and I was a technical trader. There's different types of traders. You have the technical ones, you have the fundamentals, and then you just have people that, you know, choose either one, and usually the swing traders and longer the investors are more fundamental. But I just usually do not like fundamental analysis. Studying like market cap and all kinds of different stuff is just really boring. I prefer to be more of a scalper or day trader and trade patterns and technicals. So that's where I come from. Hey, check that out. Another rejection of 35,000. You guys shocked? What settings do I use on my EMA for day trading and swing trading? So I use basically on cryptocurrency, it's a little different than trading the stock market. Crypto, it's way easier to be simple. So there's no volume indicator on Webull, which is perfectly fine for me on crypto. I don't find it to be necessary. You can just look at the candles and the price action. But really all I use is the 200 EMA. That's it. The 200 EMA, and I draw support and resistance lines. That's all you need for cryptocurrency. It doesn't need to be complicated. There's not as many factors as there are in the stock market to where I feel like you need anything else. If you really want to, you can mess around with like another high time frame EMA, like a 100 or a 50. But the more indicators and stuff you put on your screen and you clutter it up, the harder it gets to just read the price action. And the candles are where all the value's at. Candles are underrated. Well, obviously not by traders that know what they're doing, but I think in general, people just don't really understand the weight behind candles and how much you can just see by studying the size of them, the formation of them, and then the patterns that they form as well. There's just so much information in them that you don't want to lose what they're telling you. Using the 5, 20, and 50, definitely throw a 200 up there. That is the main EMA that'll save your life. Trust me. Trust me. If in my opinion, if you have no other indicator up, and I mean all drawings, all indicators off, no support resistance lines, anything, all you need is a 200 EMA line and to change your time frames. And I'll show you what I mean. And I've given this example to people before, but what we need to see is some actual price movement, or else it's not going to make sense. So let's find a period of time where Bitcoin was actually moving. Let me try it out here. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh my gosh, Webull's trolling. It keeps jumping me back. Maybe it's because it's on auto. Basically, the point I was trying to make is, as you can see here, the EMA, depending on which time frame I select, the EMA moves. I don't know if you noticed that. I have an EMA right now on the 4-hour time frame. The EMA is at 36,850. I go down to the 2-hour, it's at about 35,000, which is the real key level. I go down to the 1-hour, it's now at 33.8. I go down to the 30-minute, it's at about 33 as well. 15, 30, 34. 10 minutes, 34, 34. Basically, you can just change your time frames up and it'll give you key levels that you need to make note of as support or resistance. And whichever level the EMA is sitting at on the most time frames is probably the most important level. So based off what we just saw, 33 and 34,000 were the two strongest ones. Also, the 35 was strong as well. And I mean, that's kind of obvious anyway, if you've been looking at the chart, but when there's more fluctuations, the same concept. It'll tell you like support and resistance on the way up on a move or on the way down. Like I said, we've been trading sideways for so long, so there's no like real volatility for me to give you a good example right now, but I've showed people plenty when it was actually happening. Again, thank you, Matt Wallace, for that. I really appreciate that. Are we going back to 10 cents for Doge anytime soon? Oh yeah, I did answer that. What's temperature there? Here, I mean, I'm in North Carolina. It's not actually bad. It was like 80s today. It didn't feel like 80s. It's 80s right now, but it doesn't feel like 80s. It feels like 70s. I had no idea it was 85 today. To the moon, Trex Bond. Welcome to the stream, Trex. And I'm sorry, guys. I honestly got really nervous, so I'm still trying to get my brain back straight. Maybe I just need to drink some more of this. Our lowly, humble stream we have here just had Matt Wallace in it. Come on, guys. Donate to? No, you guys don't. If you want to donate Doge, that's the only way. I turned off my super chats. I turned off my super stickers. I removed my PayPal. I removed my Cash App. Everything. You can only donate via that QR code right above me. If you really want to, that is my Dogecoin wallet donation address. So, but I don't even ask for money. But I do love subscribes because they help me hit my goals and help this channel grow. So thank you. Thank you, Trex Braun. What's going on, man? Alexander, what's going on? To the firmament? To the firmament? Steven, if it goes to 10, I'm getting a second mortgage. If it goes to 10 cents, I'll probably sell my car and everything. I'll downgrade this computer. I'll go to 1 monitor, down from 2. I'll sell my guitar. I'll sell everything. Except for my girl. How much do those go for on the black market? Skydive the MVP. True. Absolutely 100%. She has solidified herself as MVP. Steven says, to the moon, Stone Cold. Oh, where was Doge the last time Bitcoin hit 20? Let's take a look. The thing is, just keep this in mind though, going back historically, it's not going to be the same because when Bitcoin was at 20,000 before, Dogecoin was probably not even relevant. You know what I mean? Dogecoin's run up. Yeah, I'm trying, Skydive. I promise. You legit made me. I never expected to see that. I mean, maybe you replied to a tweet, but I hadn't even gotten there yet. Just pops into my stream and comments. Come on. Yeah. But so basically, if you go back to Bitcoin 20,000, you're looking at December. So think of Dogecoin in December. What was Doge in December? Like 4 to 5 cents, or had it even hit that point yet? No. Webull? Well, Webull doesn't even have the price data from when it was that cheap. We can say it was probably somewhere around 4 cents or less. So it's not the same. Take screenshot the chat. Remember it always. I actually will. How dope is that? All right, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm definitely ready to, yeah. I get nervous, believe it or not, pretty easily. And you might not be able to tell, but it's just whenever, yeah. Anyway. Yes, definitely got nervous. I felt like that, this was me. Why is it so hard to find what I'm trying to find? Give me 2 seconds or else I'll just give up if I can't find it. All right, anyway. Basically, this was me right here. As soon as I saw final stand check mark, say to the moon. And then this was me trying to comment afterwards and respond to your comments. That's what I felt like. All right, anyway. Where was, below a penny? Yeah, it was definitely down there. It was down at least under 5 cents, because when Doge broke above like the 5 cent mark, keep in mind how fast it grew. Because I remember the first time I was looking at Dogecoin, before I was even like really buying, selling, or doing much with crypto at all, the first time I saw Doge was when it was fluctuating between 4 and 5 cents constantly. And I remember on Robinhood, I was just scalping the move from 4 cents to 5 cents. Then I'd sell 4 cents to 5 cents, sell 4 cents to 5 cents, over and over. And it got boring. And I'm like, forget this. I certainly wasn't going to hold there because, one, I didn't know anything about Dogecoin because I wasn't looking into cryptocurrency at the time. The only one I really knew about was Bitcoin, and it was too expensive for me. And then two, because I wanted to trade the stock market. So I wasn't just going to hold my money in something like that at the time. Then I come back and Dogecoin's like 9 cents. And then like the next day, Dogecoin's going towards 20 cents. That's when I first started looking at it. And I remember seeing my account go from like $2,000 up to $9,000 that night. Me and my girl were watching Robinhood as it went up to 9,000. And then I tried to market sell trade, and that's when Robinhood crashed, and I rode the wave all the way back down. And that's when I developed my hatred for Robinhood. It wouldn't let us sell. It was terrible. It was one of the best and worst experiences all combined in one night. Hey, check that out. Another 35,000 rejection, guys. You surprised? This is why I said, until we flip to the top side of 35,000 and start trading between 35 and 37, I am not going to say I'm bullish, because we have not ever shown that we're strong enough to do it. So how can I say that I'm bullish when we've rejected this key level like 15 times already? What I should have done was kept my cool and just been like, hey, Final Stand, welcome to the stream. And then later on, I could have cut that part and then put that as my main channel video for when new people come. You know, if I was a smoother dude, I'm just playing. Seems like, oh, the truth about TA, that's all you get here. Seems like crypto, they'll always recover vector candles more so than traditional stocks, other assets. I was trying to follow with that there. But yes, cryptocurrencies tend, indigestion now. Cryptocurrencies tend to go up over time. That's just the way things go. The market's new. All these new cryptocurrencies, there's so much hype behind every single one as people are trying to figure out, like, where is it going to go? Where is it going to end up? And that's on every single cryptocurrency. Everyone wants to know what's the next big thing. So you've got people, even if they don't believe in these cryptocurrencies, there's people that are just throwing, $100 here, $100 here. There's buying everywhere. Until you find out that a cryptocurrency is a scam, you can kind of assume that each one's going to probably go up over the next couple months or year. Oh, here we go with another retest. So, I mean, at this point, I'm starting to feel like we should be breaking 35,000. No, Skydive, please. Don't get me wrong. I love his support, but y'all are going to have me not answering comments again for another 30 minutes. I've never been more thrown off in my life. Only thing that would have been more confusing for me would have been to see Elon Musk with checkmark in here. I probably would have just walked out. What did you even say, Skydive? Doge for Wendy's? Absolutely. Doge for Skydive, please. Doge for McDonald's was trending too. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I think it might have been Matt that started that hashtag. No, Elon. No. Oh. Elon's my dude. I think Elon's like my favorite celebrity, I guess. I feel like very much like I can relate to Elon in a lot of ways. I just love his personality and everything. I'm still trying to read comments in order. How many viewers do I even have right now? It's like 5. Oh, we still have 20. I didn't lose everybody. All right, this might be a break above 35 here. I don't know if it's a fake out or not, but just keep an eye on this move. I mean, we just tested really hard, tested again, pull back. We're respecting the 200 EMA. Again, this is why I keep this indicator up. Respecting 200 EMA, made a strong move at it, pulled back, and again, holding above the 200 EMA, and now we're doing a bit of a bullish pattern here. Looking like we're going to take another strike. One of these times, if we're going to keep testing over and over and over again, it's either going to break through, or once everyone gives up, there's going to be a violent sell-off. Hey, Richard, what's going on? One of our newest members to the channel. Did you get my Discord link that I sent you, Richard? I replied to your message earlier with the link. I'm not sure if you got in. Mariano, hope you're having a great dream, my dude. Yeah, sure am. Now, when we're done here, everyone go to Final Stand. The big one video, just put this hour and like it, please. just put up this hour and like it, please. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta return the favor. Absolutely. Actually, let's do it right now. Everyone, if you're on your PC, let's open up a separate tab. I was watching Shib stuff. I'm trying, like I said, I don't like to be biased. Even though I dislike Shib, I want to know everything there's to know about it. So, is my thumbnail messed up? Or is that just for me? I hope that's not my actual thumbnail. It always does that when I go live from this program. Well, let's fix that for sure. No one wants a video with no thumbnail. I wouldn't click on a video with no thumbnail. All right, anyway. Final stand. Oh, the big one right there.
I don't think we're gonna see.
Nice. Everyone, for him showing up and showing that support, which was crazy. Wait, am I in the recommended too? That's cool. Go ahead and go to his video and click that like button. I'm already subscribed with notifications on. Are you? Are you? That's the question. Gotta show him some love for that one. That was pretty awesome. All right, let's go back to comments. Where are they at? What did I miss? Did he mention you on his stream? No, he came in this stream. He was in this. He commented up here. Look. I'll show my comments. See, final stand, Dogecoin to the moon, and I was like, no way, it's him. And everyone's like, yes, it is. He said, it is me, bro. Enjoying your stream. Then he said, press like, and he said that he subbed. So, how awesome is that? Could you imagine? That'd be so dumb. Thank you, PJ. I appreciate that. Big shout out again to Matt for hanging out. That was dope. See, one day I want to get big enough to where I can do that for other people. Smash the like button for you too. I enjoy your streams. Calm, cool, and collected. Thank you, PJ. I appreciate that. Very much so. Robbie says, bro, that's awesome. You truly deserve it. Very freaking happy for you. Thank you, man. I missed a couple comments here. Elon, guys, please. Price doesn't matter. Trade it up, trade it down, take profits, don't hodl. Pay yourself first. Crypto meant to be used, not held forever like a stock. Yeah, that's the thing. Some people are, I mean, they get a little too attached to the cryptocurrencies, and they in some communities will bash people for not holding forever. But especially cryptos like Dogecoin, it's a retail coin. Eventually you're supposed to spend it. Yeah, hodl short term maybe till the price goes up a bit, but eventually the goal is to transact with Dogecoin, not to hold it forever. So, and that's why we're asking people to accept it as payment. If we're going to ask people to take payment and never pay with it, that's going to backfire on us. It's looking like a pretty strong attempt here. I don't know if you guys see this bit of a cup and handle formation trying to play out here. But we could see, you know, pull back to... Here would be good if it wasn't any lower than here. And then hopefully it would hold. I'm just looking for an entry. I don't care if that's here at this support once this resistance flips to support, or if that's back down at 33, or if that's back down at 31. Obviously, we've already talked about the 29 and under level not being somewhere you just want to do a chance buy, because that's the danger zone. But at this point, I'm like, let me buy in. I've been out of Dogecoin for days now because it's been trading sideways at 24 cents, which is at resistance, and I'm not buying there. Can't go against everything I teach. But yeah, but the thing is with price, that's what I'm saying too, science, is it doesn't matter, like if you're a trader, it doesn't matter if the price goes up or down. You buy a dip low or you buy a dip high. The point is buying a dip and riding the move up at that point. It doesn't matter where that buy-in is, because if you're playing smart, it's always going to be at a support. So it doesn't matter if Bitcoin's $2,000 or $150,000. You can always find a support level and find a place to buy and ride that up and sell. So at this point, it's just like, get to a level. It's been floating up here in the danger zone. Not the bearish danger zone, but like right under resistance, which is a dangerous zone to try and place a buy. So yeah, there's that. Let's take a step back here. I'm sad that he got here on such a boring stream, though. It's probably one of the, because there's nothing really to talk about tonight. We're just hanging out. Usually we have a lot to talk about. We can take a moment to talk about, two things. Shiba Inu and AMP coin. I'm just looking at this pattern here. It looks like it's about time for a reversal, but if it doesn't reverse, that would be bad news. But it looks like it's about time to break out. So by all means, do it. Do it, Bitcoin. So let's talk SHIB. First and foremost, with a coin like SHIB, there's a couple misconceptions that I've been noticing as I go around. And as you can see, I was watching other people's content on SHIB, the people that are actually in the SHIB space. Like, I know what I know about it, but it's always good to get other people's perspectives too, even if you think you are knowledgeable. Because someone can always open your eyes to something you didn't think of. They can always open your eyes to another perspective. You know what I mean? And especially being that I already had a negative perception of SHIB, I wanted to try and hear something from a positive angle to potentially change my mind. So, I just went around. You probably saw that 2 videos I made on Saturday. They were about SHIB, and also I started watching other people's SHIB content and just reading the comments, seeing what the community was like and everything. And there's a few takeaways. First and foremost, for some reason, the SHIB community is hostile. It's very strange. The Doge community at this point is a lot more level-headed. I think a little while ago, the Doge community was very defensive of Dogecoin, but at this point, I think anyone who's still in Dogecoin are the level-headed ones, because you're not still in Dogecoin right now for a quick money grab, because we've been trading sideways for like 3 weeks, so that wouldn't really make sense. Anyone who's still here in Dogecoin actually believes in Doge and wants to see it succeed, and they're not just hoping for a pump tomorrow. That's not why we want Dogecoin to succeed. Not so that we can make money overnight, because it's not happening. But we know that it is inevitable, and we're here for the ride. But going into cryptocurrencies that don't have any crazy good use, like Ethereum, it's a network. Cardano, a network. Polygon, Polkadot, a lot of these other things, Chainlink, they're all like either blockchains or layer 2 solutions to run on top of Ethereum network or something like that to make things better. And then you have these coins that are like Dogecoin, which don't have much value, but they have a purpose, which is to transact with, and they're for fun coin, but they do have some, like, there's some things under it, some fundamentals under it to stabilize it. And then you've got things like SHIB, which started off completely as a meme pump coin, but now is coming at this angle where they're putting all these things behind it now. You've got the Shiba Swap exchange. They're now going to be allowing you to stake your SHIB and then get paid in other resources. And they're trying to transform it from a meme coin to one that has some kind of fundamentals and rewards you for actually holding on to it. So that's kind of SHIB in a nutshell. But first and foremost, I mean, with a coin, because still at the end of the day, SHIB doesn't really have any use. So I feel like the community, especially if you're trying to get some of the Dogecoin people on board, is really important. And the community over there is just really toxic. And also, as you've probably seen, I mean, even with when Matt started talking about SHIB, how all the SHIB people started kind of coming and attacking. Half of them were attacking, the others were like, oh cool, Matt's gonna pump our coin now. But it wasn't. Of course the Dogecoin people were annoyed, but I think you can probably see that angle. But the SHIB people being annoyed too is strange. Then on top of that, you've got the content creators on SHIB. All of them are clickbaiting and misleading people. You don't know how many videos I watched from some of the large name SHIB people, I'll call them, the SHIB promoters, that have a lot of subscribers, get the most views on each of their SHIB videos and everything. Now, I understand that clickbait equals views, but the clickbait was completely misleading and usually was just saying like SHIB to 1 cent, or this is why SHIB is going to go to 1 cent by next month, or this is why SHIB can reach 10 cents, or this is why SHIB can reach and will reach $1. And then you watch the video, and two things happen. Either one, they say absolutely nothing about what the title said. So basically, they keep reinforcing into people's minds that it can hit these unrealistic price targets, and then they don't back it up at all in the video. They're talking about absolutely nothing, like just giving an update on Shiba Swap or saying something about Coinbase Pro SHIB listing, but they never mention the price target again. Or you get the videos where people actually in their videos verbally say to the people like these price targets are possible, and they just mislead people that are gullible, basically. Because I mean, it doesn't take much to understand why it's kind of physically impossible at this time. And even if it happened, because we've seen a lot of impossible things happen. We saw GameStop, which was only valued at like $40 years ago, at peak GameStop, go up to 500 something. We've seen things exceed the market cap that they had any business being at. But you're talking about being like 100 times larger than Bitcoin is at its peak. That's absurd to try and make people believe that for no reason. Because what? An exchange? What other cryptocurrencies that have an exchange tied to it, like Uniswap or anything like that on the Ethereum network, do you see with market caps anywhere near Dogecoin, Ethereum, or beyond Bitcoin's market cap, or that are even headed in that direction? None. So it just doesn't make sense to mislead people like that. And that's what the community is, and that's what the content creators are. And it just makes the whole scene, for lack of a better term, just really cringy. It's really just not something that you feel like you want to get invested in, because you kind of feel like an idiot, to be honest. Just getting into that space. And that's a really weird place to be. It's like, this is where the people that like to get conned go, or that like to just hear things that make them feel nice for 5 minutes in a video. That's the vibe I got from the whole SHIB scene. But like I said, anywhere there's money to be made, I will be trading it. So I traded SHIB like a week and a half ago, got a nice 20% move. I made a video telling people they should probably buy SHIB at 7,000 Satoshi, because there's a high chance that it goes near 9. Right now, it's, as you can see, I have this up in a window. It's approaching 9,000 Satoshi right now. And it's probably going to go beyond what I even said now, because it has the Shiba Swap hype, and then you're going to get the Coinbase Pro announcement. So that's going to probably push it to like 10 or 11. It's a good buy-in opportunity, don't get me wrong. But when you're talking about the fundamentals and actual price projections, no one wants to hear the truth over there, and no one wants to believe it, and no one wants to talk about it. And that's where things just get really weird, make me uncomfortable. So that's just my two like first impression takeaways. On top of that, my other problem is that beyond Shiba Swap, what value does SHIB really have? And it's the same kind of question that I had for Dogecoin at first. It's like, yeah, this was a meme coin. Yeah, here's the SHIB graph. It's the same question I had for Dogecoin at first, which is, what value does Dogecoin have? How does, this is the question everyone needs to ask themselves about cryptocurrencies. How does my coin of choice accumulate value and become more valuable? Or how does it reach a price where it is valuable? Like, what is value to that coin? For layer 2 solutions, it's providing more functionality and being better at it than other coins. For Bitcoin, it's being Bitcoin. For Ethereum, it's being a great network to host DeFi apps and everything on, and being very good at being a good network. For Dogecoin, it's being good at being a retail coin, which also means being fast to transact with, being cheap to use, and being user-friendly, and being something that can obtain large-scale adoption. So that's how Dogecoin continues to obtain its value. And then you've got coins like this whole new space where it's just like, buy the coin, hold the coin, stake the coin, and that's kind of how we get value, by just more people buying it and saving it. Those coins to me are a little weird, and there's too many of them. And that's where I start to get concerned, because anytime, especially in a new space like the crypto space right now, when everyone starts all trying to do the same thing, I mean, it's really like survival of the fittest. The best will survive. So eventually, either people are going to sell out of the ones that don't seem as appealing as others clearly start to be noticed as better than the others, or the others, I mean, they could either be scams or they'll fail, something. There's not going to be 1,000 saving account coins probably in the next 2 years that everyone's actively using. But right now, everyone's trying to ride. And think of it this way too. How long do you really think the Doge, the Shiba Inu dog hype is going to last? Be realistic. There's a craze right now around the Shiba Inu dog. Can you really see next year at the same time everyone freaking out at any coin that has the dog Shiba on it? Probably not. Like, this is a fad. This is a phase. And that kind of gets to my next point of, you have all these coins that are trying to ride off the hype and do the same exact thing as all these others. And they advertise like, oh, you can stake and get 8% of your investment back in Bone or whatever. You know, I'm not going to get too much into that. But when you have 100 different cryptos doing that exact same thing off this exact same hype, and that hype wears off, and they're all the same and there's nothing special about them, I mean, eventually people are going to say, oh, well, that was fun. And people start to exit and go into what the next exciting thing is. And it's not going to be a Shiba dog. So, and that's why I've even said too, Dogecoin isn't even safe. Dogecoin's not safe yet. And I was going to make a video about this too. Dogecoin is not safe until Dogecoin gets to where it needs to go, because we're too early in the crypto space. If Dogecoin takes too long to get to where it needs to be a good retail coin, another coin will come up and give it a run for its money. And if that coin is better than Dogecoin is fundamentally, there's a high chance that it takes that spot that Doge is trying to fill. And you see people start to leave Doge and go to that thing. So Dogecoin's time is limited. It got a nice head start because of all the following, all the push we've been putting on the devs, Elon Musk backing, Matt Wallace backing, Upshot, and the other guy that's always live that I just forgot his name. Elon Musk, you know, all these people, big names pushing it, large community, everyone spamming Twitter, blowing up, you know, all kinds of retail locations and saying, hey, accept Doge, accept Doge, accept Doge. And then we're also pushing the devs, make Doge better. But if Doge doesn't get to where it needs to be, if Doge stalls out for too long and other cryptocurrencies come up to be the next retail coin, because there's no true Doge like actual competitor right now in the retail space. SHIB says we're the Dogecoin killer, but it does not position itself to be a retail focused coin. SHIB is the Doge killer in the fact that it's the Doge attention stealer. They priced it really, really cheap to get people that wanted a part 2 of the SNL hype that missed out to buy low and be able to sell high. That's why, and they named it something similar to Doge, and they tried to get a community behind it just like Doge. That's why SHIB was the Doge killer. Fundamentally and technically, SHIB and Doge have very little in common as far as what their goal, what they're trying to accomplish is concerned. But if other cryptocurrencies start to come up whose focus is on being a really good retail coin and user-friendly and a name that people like with a logo people like, could very easily just give Doge a run for its money, because Doge fundamentally is decent, but it's not unbeatable as of today. And so that my whole point is, like, it's just too early to be really saying what's going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, top 10, top 20 come next year with all these coins. So it gets, and I know that kind of went off topic a bit, kind of, but for that reason, when you got all these hundreds of coins that do the exact same thing, like Safe Rocket, Safe Moon, Baby Doge, Safe Doge, Shiba Inu, you know, they all are just telling you to buy it and hold it, and I promise you'll make money. There's too many of them. Like, eventually a couple prevail. Because if there's one that says, well, you won't get, or just imagine one of the prices start to exponentially like increase in value faster than the rest, people are going to flock to that one. Like, it's not sustainable. So my point is, SHIB doesn't do anything particularly special, and it's not even focused as a good retail coin. And in fact, I found great difficulty trying to buy it. It's not convenient to buy, so it still has that hurdle of getting put on exchanges that are actually reputable, so you can buy it, and then that would actually give you the ability to send it to people. Right now, it's even difficult to send SHIB to people. First, it's hard to find it. There's only like 2 ways in the United States you can buy it easily. Really one, and that's through crypto.com. The other way is buy Ethereum on Coinbase or something, send that to Uniswap through your Coinbase wallet or your MetaMask wallet, and then use MetaMask or then import it to Uniswap, and then swap it for a SHIB. Swap your ETH for SHIB. That is terrible. That's absolutely terrible. That's why I have these tabs up, because I was testing it. And then if you want to sell it, send it to somebody, it's also a pain in the butt. And even once they get SHIB, you can't do anything with SHIB. You have to exchange it back for ETH before you transfer it somewhere else. So it's the worst thing ever. So SHIB is just not there as far as like user friendliness goes and usability to actually get things done. But it's a coin for holding, but that has nothing to do with Dogecoin. They're not even close to the same purpose. I know that was a bit of a rant, but I guess we don't really have anything else to talk about, so just hanging out, speaking my mind. Doge transaction fees are the key to adoption. If it's super cheap to convert instantly on payment app, people start using it to pay with their phones. Exactly. Yeah. Transaction fees, transaction speed. Because here's the other thing too, and this is where AMP comes into play. The problem with a lot of these cryptocurrencies is they take too long to verify transactions. So in one of the videos I was just watching on AMP, gave the scenario and said, imagine going to a grocery store, for example. You go through the hassle. You go through all the work. Just whatever. Everybody, what is your local supermarket? Just in your head, picture that local supermarket, the name of it. Imagine going to that supermarket, getting your groceries. You're pushing your shopping cart around. You've got a loaded cart, 50 things in there. You know how much you have in your bank account. You know you're clear. You should be good. You go up to the checkout. They scan your items. There's a long line behind you. It's time to pay. You go and you decide to pay with cryptocurrency. Now, depending on what cryptocurrency you use, depends on what's going to happen next. Because now you have to deal with the actual transaction times. How long it takes to transact on your cryptocurrency of choice. Bitcoin can take up to like 20 minutes to verify a transaction. So can you imagine? They say, all right, your total is going to be $52.50, and you go to swipe your card or wherever, and you pay with Bitcoin, and you have to stand there for 20 minutes before they say, okay, here's your receipt. That's not going to work. Or even imagine it's going to take a minute. If it's going to take 1 minute, that's too long. If it's going to take 30 seconds, that's probably too long. Like, transaction speed is really important for in-person transacting. So Dogecoin needs to be fast. There should not be a big discrepancy between how long it takes to do a payment with cash, credit, or debit, or crypto. So that's thing number one. And then thing number two is what Travis said to me, in my opinion, is thing number two, and that's going to be the fees. Because if it's really expensive, no one's going to want to use it. First of all, the retail people are not going to want to use it versus using fiat currency, if they could just be better off using the fiat. And then secondly, the retailers aren't going to want to use it if they end up losing money. And really, that would be the main thing. Because we can want to use it all we want, but if they're going to end up losing money off of it, people already usually don't like accepting credit and debit because they get like a 3 to 4% transaction fee charged to them. So now imagine we're coming to them with like a 5% or 10% fee. It's going to be so much harder to get adoption. No one's going to want to accept it. So it's got to be cheap. It's got to be fast. And then at that point, it just needs to be accepted. PJ says, exactly, the level-headed, calm, cool, and collected. Thank you. Buy, educate, learn, support the cause, level heads prevail. This is the plan for me and Doge. I feel AMP has good utility being a collateral coin. Me too. Cringe is the perfect word. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. And I showed that SHIB graph for Stone Cold. We might hit 10% tonight. You're mining 600k SHIB a month instead of 1 point. Wow. That's a lot of SHIB. Actually, is it? The thing is, if you can mine at low cost, I mean, if you just wait for that coin to go up, you could have a lot of money. So that's awesome. Yeah, it is proof of work. You have a mining rig? Do you have a ASIC? Broside says next 3 years, coins that are used will flourish, the rest will die off. Right. And the spaces that become the most important, because if you watch Coin Burrow's video, he has this video on the different categories of cryptocurrencies, and I like that video because it really highlights the fact that there are different sectors of cryptos. Like I said, you have the store of value category, you have the network category, you have the DeFi category, you have the Oracle category, you have the like save and hold category. Like each cryptocurrency, a lot of things that people don't notice, they always see a coin. They see DOT, they see Matic, they see Compound, they see XRP, but they don't always consider like what the thing actually does underlying that gives that coin value. There's so many different sectors. So which sectors will end up being the most valuable? You would think probably number one would be the store of value, I guess, if it's deflationary, but then probably close second, or maybe even coming for first place. We probably break here, by the way. I mean, we're trying so hard. If we don't, then Bitcoin buyers are really, really pitiful. Then number two, or maybe even first place, would be, you know, the network coins. But then the value of the DeFi apps too is going to be important, but they probably won't beat the network. So it's just a lot to think about. How much will people care about the coins like SHIB and Safe Moon and all that come next year? Will people really want to be holding their money down like that if the return on investment isn't insane? Or would they rather be trading? So we just don't know. Cryptocurrency projections in general, unless it's something like Bitcoin, Ethereum, are very like short term. As long as we can hold the hash rate and companies adopt it, but you're right, they will all follow Bitcoin stat bar. Yeah. I have the feeling Doge won't go back up and will stay a meme coin. Look what the exchanges did for Uniswap and the rest. Doge only has Elon. Yeah. I mean, there always is the possibility. And that's why I've always told everybody to, you know, just be careful. Crypto it's still early, it's unpredictable, and we're going off hope, really. Like, we know we have some value here because we've gotten this far. And being this far has gotten Dogecoin some fundamental value. That could be 30 or 40 cents. But it's always what's going to happen next is always the question for something like Doge. Because Doge just doesn't have, at this moment in time, we know it's in the pipeline that can give it more value. But it doesn't do anything particularly, like, impressively special at this moment. And we also, I mean, we're looking to the future for a lot of things. So there's always the possibility it doesn't work out. I like to be very neutral and not psych myself out and just say 100% Dogecoin's going to the moon no matter what. It's not true. Unlike Tether, looking like a heartbeat on the market when you check its line, they move so much money quick. People saying that they may cause a crash. That's interesting. 2025, I think, will be my year. 4 years from now, Atomic Wallet, sell SHIB. Will you have to get another and swap? Yeah, basically like what you said. Yeah, it's just a pain. But yeah, $10 worth, already at 34 worth now. Nice. SHIB is like 10 to 15 seconds. Oh, 600K USD. That's pretty good. V2 white paper's out, by the way. I'll check that out. Bitcoin will be 30% easier to mine due to so many miners being offline, so the price of the coin will drop. I mean, yeah. I don't know if that in itself will drop the price, though. The real difficulty comes with how many Bitcoins have been mined versus how many... I mean, versus, like, how many miners there are. Because less miners just mean certain people have an easier time mining. But the rate of mining overall doesn't increase or decrease. Because it's a set rate of 1 block every 10 minutes. No matter what. So they just make it more difficult to mine the more miners you have so that it still stays at that rate of 1 block per 10 minutes. Over time, though, it'll be more difficult to extract coin. Like, beyond that. Short term. Yeah, we might see a drop. It'll be interesting. Here goes Bitcoin again trying to break. But yeah, what I wanted to say was, so that's my take on SHIB, right? There's plenty of potential short term. I'm sure they can do a lot with it and make it even better, but in its current state, I don't see it being anywhere near competitive to Dogecoin or any other coin for that matter. Anything special compared to anything else. It doesn't look good as a retail coin as of now. It's just too difficult to interact with. For the average person, it's not easily accessible. Like for me, I was able to throw that QR code up above me for donations in like 15 seconds. To figure out how to buy Doge, it took me like 3 weeks. Off and on, not just all doing research for 3 weeks straight, but it just got so frustrating that I kept stopping. Oh, here comes a breakup of 35. You might see a quick breakout move up. This is a pretty big green candle. So people are feeling bullish at this moment. You could see a quick move up and then a decision after. Especially, if it breaks above 35.10. Yeah, okay. I would expect a move up to like 35.200 here. They've been trying so hard. This is embarrassing. Okay, here we go. It's trying to break and hold. But yeah, SHIB is just, yeah. And SHIB had its one pump. Here's another thing I don't like that doesn't make me feel good about SHIB. It had its pump, and they have not been able to pump it since, despite having a massive backing. That's a bit concerning. With all the community they have, which in my opinion is probably close to the amount at this point, it's got to be close to how many Dogecoin supporters there are right now, because a lot of our supporters are in the stock market anyway. I'm dealing with AMC again, GameStop. They have not been able to pump since, and it's a low market cap coin, which makes that even more concerning. Doge is like 30 million market cap almost, and SHIB is 2 million, and they can't pump that. A little concerning. But like I said, it's not user friendly. The everyday person is not going to want to have to go through 5 steps and make 4 different accounts just to be able to buy a SHIB coin. So until they can get that addressed, like getting on Coinbase, which they almost had, that would be one of the biggest things, because then you could do the send and receive deal. You should be able to, which would eliminate a lot of the difficulty of buying SHIB and a lot of the difficulty of sending it to other people. And I think that's something no one's even talking about. That would exponentially increase the value of SHIB. I don't think I've heard anybody say anything about that. And then Robinhood wallets, if they also get SHIB, that would be a big deal. and then maybe SHIB could be used for something. But as of now, it's not looking that way. But off the SHIB topic would be AMP. So the AMP coin, I think, is really strong. The whole Flexa network. I just made an account so I can try it out, and you can actually use Dogecoin too, which is crazy. I didn't know that. They didn't advertise that. You can do Dogecoin on Flexa, on the Spend app. So that's pretty huge. You can do Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, CeeLo, Dogecoin, Ethereum, the Gemini dollar, Litecoin, and Zcash. Oh my goodness, Bitcoin, you are a disappointment. And the thing, in case anyone's not aware, the thing about AMP is basically going back to what I said about the transaction speed of, you know, the issue of what if you want to pay with Bitcoin? What if you want to pay with any other cryptocurrency whose transaction speed is not really up to what it should be for retail purchasing in person? Basically, AMP is like a insurance between the buyer and the seller. So between like you and the supermarket, if you want to pay with Bitcoin and it'll take 20 minutes, what it will do is it'll verify the transaction on your behalf. And so it'll go through instantly, and they will kind of be responsible for covering that transaction in the same way that a bank is responsible for a fraudulent transaction on like a credit card or something, how they will end up taking the hit if activity on your card turns out to be fraudulent after all, after they've authorized the transaction. That's the way the Flexa network positions itself, as like that insurance in between the buyer and the seller. And the AMP coin is like the collateral. And basically the way it works, people that want to be a part of it, you buy AMP coin and then you stake it. And when you stake it, you get a portion of the transaction fees that AMP charges to like the buyer and seller for using them as collateral, as that insurance between the buyer and the seller for the transaction. In the same way that a bank would be charged, or you know what I mean. In the same way that a retailer would get charged the transaction fees when you use your credit or debit card, and they'd have to pay like 4% to that provider. There's a fee charged for each transaction. The reward, which is those transaction fees, they get paid back out to the people that have staked. And so that's how those that have staked get rewarded. So basically, you stake your own money as collateral to help insure those transactions. So you are part of the insurance. And if a transaction does end up being fraudulent, you are one of the ones that end up taking the hit. Like, you split the loss, but apparently the losses are supposed to be much less than the gains. So the whole idea is overall you're being very profitable from the transaction fees versus the occasional fraudulent transaction where you guys might get called to pick up that slack. So it's an interesting concept. But basically what it allows is, regardless of what cryptocurrency you're going to use, you get an instant transaction. So you can actually use it in retail. So I think that's a cool thing. And so for that, I mean, that's great. That enables pretty much any cryptocurrency to be retail friendly, aside from transaction fees. So AMP will probably be huge for that. Sorry, I haven't looked at comments for a minute. I was ranting again. The miners are on the way from China, and they are what keep the transaction speeds quick. But the miners make the transaction. Oh wait, what do you mean? I don't think that's true, AJ. They do a majority of the mining, but the mining speed is set. So basically, if there's less miners, Bitcoin's code will automatically adjust the difficulty of mining blocks so that they can still be mined with less resources at the same rate of speed. Because Bitcoin's network, like the speed is pretty much fixed. Unless you're not talking just about like the blocks being created and you're talking about something more specific. Until they get back online in 2 weeks, and 2 weeks is the exact time on screen shot in the Discord. Interesting. Stone Cold, at what price will you buy SHIB after it starts climbing? Still worth throwing 100 in at its current price? My SHIB buy was 7,000 Satoshi or lower. Now it's at 8,000. I'm feeling a little more wary, and it's getting close to 9 as well. 9,000 was my price target, so I'd feel uncomfortable buying at 9. SHIB only has about 10x potential from here anyway, if it's going to reach what Dogecoin is right now. So it's not like investing in Shiba Inu, unless you go in with like 10 grand, is really going to do something crazy for you. So I'm not anxious to invest in SHIB. SHIB's market cap's 2 billion. Dogecoin is 30 billion. So if you do that math, 2.5 billion to 30 billion, that's about 10 to 15x. And yeah, that's great return on investment. But at the same time, we have no idea after Shiba Swap if SHIB continues to climb. So I just, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks, that could be a YOLO play. But I would have preferred to do that at 7,000 versus where it is right now. I probably would not buy in over 9,000 though. Jared, I've pummeled the like button. Jeez, man. You absolutely destroyed it. I appreciate that, though. Have you? Where's the have you, man? Who hasn't smashed the like? One Atomic Wallet account, by the way, will let you buy Doge at the moment, which you can then exchange to SHIB. But yeah. Oh, okay. Atomic Wallet. Gotcha. You're holding so you don't hold the dollars like you hold the actual coin themselves. Gotcha. It just keeps playing with us. Yes, it does. It's very frustrating, Skydive. I feel like if it just keeps getting rejected, it's going to drop hard. It's already, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's tried so many times that if it cannot break, there's going to be an extremely violent sell-off once people give up. Everyone's going to give up at the same time with confidence that it's time to sell. And that's going to send us straight back down to like 20,000s Bitcoin. Trust me. At least down to near 31. PJ, and that's why I haven't bought. PJ says, people like convenience. Anything that can help with speed or efficiency has inherent built-in value. AMP running as collateral is a problem solver. Problem solvers are valuable. Exactly. And it's supposed to be one of those coins too that, it's just like Dogecoin. It's built off value and people using it. So it's a very similar concept. The way that AMP is built, it's not supposed to be a volatile coin. It just increases in value and gets value from when people make use of it, and it has no value if no one makes use of it. Same way as Dogecoin. So if you believe in the Dogecoin concept, you should also, if you think that AMP's business model makes sense, you should also believe in the AMP value model. Which is why I'm a fan of it. Because if, there's a problem in the crypto space right now. There's no good, there's no good retail coin. Dogecoin's trying to solve that problem. There's no like coin for the everyday person. Dogecoin is solving that problem. There's a problem in the retail space as well with not being able to transact with every coin that you may want to transact with at a rate of speed that's acceptable for transacting with. AMP is fixing that problem by automatically authorizing transactions on your behalf, making it go through instantly, and they will take your word for it. And if you happen to be doing something fraudulent with that transaction, they bite the bullet, but for the greater good. Like a bank would with a credit card transaction. Skydive, you got Matt Wallace to this live so you can use those powers and get the whales to give us a dip. She can do anything, apparently. To get a Bitcoin, you have to run so much math at this point because of Bitcoin's difficulty. Yeah. I wish, Preezy, I'm heavy in crypto right now, need a breakout soon. So most people run in a pool because they can't Yeah, on a solo GPU, the fat drop we took on hash rate is what's hurting ETH and Bitcoin. Right, yeah, mining pools. When you stake AMP, you become the merchant payment processor middleman. Right, you get paid for being that middleman, just like the credit card and debit card merchant services now. Right, you become that middleman, and you become like the insurance on that transaction as well, because you're the middleman instantly telling the merchant that the funds are there and that the transaction's good, and so you make sure that's covered, and then you basically wait for the response back from the blockchain saying thumbs up. But if you get a thumbs down, then it goes back on AMP, and that's where they come in. They provide that security to the merchant, but then they will bite the bullet if it's fraudulent. Let's see. I might need to do a road trip to California and knock on Elon's door. I believe you can do anything now, Skydive. I do. Dogecoin will pump soon. I love that energy. When China put the ban in place and the miners were forced to relocate all the hardware, we lost 30% of the hash rate. Dogecoin developers said they might cap the coin. Thoughts? From what I heard last, they weren't going to do that. I don't think Dogecoin... I don't think it's necessary to have a cap. I just think it would be very helpful to have a reduction on how many Dogecoins are processed. Because isn't it 10,000 per day or per block? I can't remember. It's an obscene amount of Dogecoins being produced per year. And it really is going to take very widespread adoption to prevent inflation. So reducing the coin count, or there was another coin that has a scalable production rate based off of use to prevent inflation, but to also provide that like liquidity. That could be an idea based off demand. 10,000 per minute. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, there it is. 10,000 per block, and it usually takes a minute per block. That's an insane amount of Dogecoins. They can definitely drop that down. Obviously, though, it's going to take Dogecoin's price to increase so that the worth level of mining, you know where I'm going with that? A Dogecoin at 10 cents, 10,000 Dogecoin isn't a crazy amount. But I mean, that's just too many coins. With no limits. The coin was built as a joke, so there are some improvements to be made. And at least limiting, and I did ask Mr. Nakamoto, will the rate ever be reduced? But he doesn't work on the coin anymore, so he just gave me the emoji on Twitter. But where'd you see that, Jared? Were you on GitHub? Did they say something recently? The last drop wasn't it. We should be getting one last shot at super low prices. That's what I'm thinking too. But we keep trying here. 34 to 35, 34 to 35. It's getting really old. Either make it or don't. like I said, I've been sitting on my hands and I'm getting impatient. The last drop. Oh yeah, I read that. So you paying for this Happy Meal and fries in dollars or Doge? Absolutely Doge. Surprised we still have like 25, 30 people in here. It's like 1:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern. I'm also surprised I'm still streaming. But this is why I sometimes like the live streams late. Because you get to just discuss things. It doesn't always have to be Bitcoin pumping at $5,000 per minute or something crazy. Elon, I used to play wide receiver. I can just catch the rockets for you. My rate is only 69 Dogecoin per hour. What? What? I gotta say, Matt says some random funny stuff sometimes. That was so random. I learned how to use Photoshop today. Making this kind of art is extremely time consuming. I don't recommend. Just pay someone to do it. I'm curious to see what Bitcoin does here. It's coming back to the 200 EMA. Looks like it wants to try again. I gotta get some sleep now. You guys watch it for me? Will do, man. Thanks for hanging out, Travis. Hopefully I'll catch you tomorrow in the next live. More nodes, something about voting? Whales didn't buy in heavy. Dogecoin button? Yeah, absolutely. Smash it. Whales didn't buy in heavy at 29, and they're clearly not buying at 34. Please be a sign of a drop. I'm ready for it. That was my thought too. I'm like, we didn't get any. We got a nice strong reversal out of 29, but it wasn't anything crazy because we got stopped multiple times by 35. I'm surprised Skydive's still here as well. It must mean my time hasn't come yet. A little bit of weakness here. See these candles starting to look weird? Doji type candle, weak. Not yet, soon. That's how I was feeling as well. Doge killer leash. That's how they listed it. El Salvador still has to give out 30 times 4.5 million Bitcoin to its adult residents. What? This show has the best like button ever. Thank you. Guys, we really have to go crazy tomorrow. I need to get like 60 subs by the end of Wednesday. I need y'all to help me do it. If you see new people coming in, make sure they click that subscribe button. I knew streaming late today wasn't going to be good for subscribers, but I just didn't want to go live earlier and just kind of sit, look at the chart for no reason. I wanted to give it at least some time to do more research and find stuff to talk about, or see if something would happen. All right, Bitcoin. Oh, I missed some comments. So that's a nice fat gain. For sure. Press it now, feel the button, it feels the best. Yeah, James, it usually moves at 2 a.m. Oh, James, how'd I miss your comment, man? Hey. I got this strange feeling it's going to break 35,000 while all of us in the US are sleeping, but I was thinking the same thing. I hate going to sleep when this is happening. So I always wake up in a panic, and then, you know, you wake up, it's 37,000. Doge is for some reason at 32 cents. So you're just like, well, uh-oh, maybe not. Ooh. The stop losses just got hit there. You saw that? The chain reaction sell-offs. If you zoom out on the 4-hour or daily time frame, Bitcoin is still in the... Yeah, Bitcoin is still in a bearish formation. My sentiment has not changed to bullish at any point. I've only said that I guess it's trying, so maybe it will break out, but I've always said that genuinely I don't think it will or it should, but it could. But yeah, it's still in a bearish formation. 2 a.m. I can't be a vampire every night. Yeah. You should have the buttons on your shirt be like buttons. There's an idea, Jared. It is 1:23 here in New York. Yeah, it's 1:26 here as well in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm from PA. Am I pulling an all-nighter? You would think so at this point, but no, I'll be off in a couple minutes. I have no job. Okay. I do, and I should definitely wake up on time tomorrow. I've got some stuff to do. So I'll probably stream for another 10 minutes. 10 minutes or less. 5 to 10 minutes. Just depends on what's happening here. I do want to wrap it up. Cufflinks and like buttons for your shirt. Party time. Dogecoin. Harrisburg is the capital of PA. My daughter is heading to NYU in August. I lived in the Bronx for 13 years. Wow. Need a few 1-minute green candles on Bitcoin chart in a row to feel confident, you know? Yeah. 86,000 a year. All right, brother. I'm going to sleep, but always a pleasure watching your content. Have a great night, bro. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. And I'll look forward to seeing you, Robbie, hopefully tomorrow in the next live stream. Don't forget, everybody, if you do have to go, tomorrow we come back ready to hit our 3,000 subscriber goal, which means I need all of you to help me out tomorrow in the comments. If you see new faces, tell them to subscribe. I've got 2 days. It's more than possible, but I sacrificed my potential subscribers today by starting late for the sake of a better quality stream. It is what it is. Hey, what's going on, Farzad? Hi, bro. 1:20 in Toronto, and I'm working night shifts. Working night shifts. Oh, man. I've always wondered about working the night shift. My mom, at one point, used to work night shift. I remember sometimes, like, I would end up at her job, like, and sleep there while she worked the night shift. It doesn't seem like it'd be too bad. You usually get paid a little more too, right? Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Almost 3K. Is it bad? Skydive, do you actually like skydiving? I guess that kind of goes without saying, but I figured I'd ask. To name yourself my skydive, it must be a big hobby of yours. What's up? Hey, Tim, what's going on, man? How's our little Doge doing? It's been pretty stable. Yeah, I mean, pays good, but missing my family. Okay. Yeah, because you sleep during the day. Yeah, I can see that. I understand. Tandem Master, really? I feel like that's the one thing I'll probably, I don't know. Never say never, right? But it's scary. Skydive is a she. I'm just playing, James. It's not that serious. But it is a she. Tim, Doge is doing very okay. I mean, it's just hanging out at about 2550 right now as Bitcoin fluctuates between 34 and 35,000. Bitcoin's been trading sideways since we started the stream. Like, we started the stream somewhere about here. Oh, that's not true. Maybe it was here. And yeah, it's just been trading sideways. Nothing exciting. And so Doge has been just following suit. Over 3,000 jumps. Jeez. $3,000. That's a lot. Isn't that a lot even for like advanced level skydivers? My name is Lori. I'm the stream mom, 48 years old. My social is. Yep. No, I can confidently say I would rather lose all my money in Bitcoin instead of jumping out of a plane with the best skydiver in the world. It definitely takes, you know, you gotta be brave. I respect it. Sad news is that Binance leaving Canada soon? Really? There's a lot of different areas kicking Binance out. I mean, they don't like the derivative trading and they don't like leverage. Like the United States does not like leverage trading, letting you trade crypto on margin. And then like the UK, they got rid of Binance because of the derivatives, like being able to trade options and stuff on cryptocurrency. So but there is Binance UK, which I guess doesn't have the derivatives and stuff. Your Spectre 2 just will beat you in class. Right. Gladly watch from the ground. Gladly film it. I've got a decent camera if you ever need photos, like ground shots. Absolutely. I'll fly my drone. It goes like 200 feet. I can catch you like somewhere on your descent. Me personally, I'm more of a ground guy myself. No, that's dope though. That's awesome. Since you were 18, that's crazy. Heck yeah, we'll film it. We'll have like we'll have our, you know, you pick the mascot suit. We'll have our signs up. Yo, what's going on, Sniper? Welcome to the stream, man. Surprised to see familiar faces coming here to work. I mean, into the stream this late. James, I used to work for Blue Sky Ranch in New York, right over the Something Sea Bridge. Here's Bitcoin doing its best not to fail. It's definitely weak though, but I mean, I just have a feeling we wake up and it's like 36,000. It's gonna be annoying. But yeah, guys, I really like AMP. Need to catch Amanda. Hopefully she'll be here tomorrow so I can tell her. AMP is good. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's a one-way, like the app that they have right now, the Spend app. And you can just search your app store. It's Spend by Flexa. Or you can just search Flexa and the app will come up. Because the word spend is spelled weird. It's spelled SPEDN or something weird. They spelled it weird for some reason. Maybe the real name was taken. SPEDN. Yeah. Why? I don't know. It's like speed and spin. They tried to blend it in this weird way. But just check it out. It's free to sign up for. It only took me like 2 minutes. All you have to do is an email confirmation. But the one thing I don't like about it is you can put your money in to spend it, but you cannot take it out unless you're spending it. So to me, that was a little strange. Spending? Yeah, but there should be an N before. Spin. It's like the beyond country way of saying it. I'm in North Carolina. I'm just crazy. Look at all this weakness here. This could be Bitcoin's demise. Its downfall. The app is correctly named if you can only spend. True. You make a good point, James. It's called spend and you can only spend. Why did I ever expect anything more? That just reminded me. Expecting something more from something that's named one thing. I uploaded a video like 2 days ago on the price predictions for Bitcoin for the rest of the day. And someone commented like super mad because I didn't go over I didn't talk about Ethereum and the Bitcoin options contracts expiring. And they were mad. The title was like something super basic about what was about to happen on Bitcoin. I'm like, what? Where in the title did I mention Ethereum or Bitcoin futures options, future contracts expiring? How can you comment and be mad I didn't talk about it on a video that has nothing to do with that, according to the title? That just reminded me of that. Completely unrelated. But that person was a troll and they ended up getting blocked, so that's unfortunate for them. I still wait for the day when we can buy a vowel for $250. There, Vanna, start making wheel coin. Wheel of Fortune's great. Look at Bitcoin doing its thing here. It's stress relief, that and range day. For me, stress relief is driving. Me and 4 wheels in a large vehicle. We're cool. Me falling out of the sky. I don't know if that would be stress relief for me. I guess once you've done, 2,000-3,000 jumps out of an airplane, it's just, yeah, I might get a massage today. I might go to the pool. I might jump out of a plane. Pat Sajak has gotten grumpier the past 20 years, but to be fair, he's hosted that show with Vanna since 1983, so I'd be bored too. Yikes. That's a good point, though. It's a long time to be with, somebody. To be working with the same person. Looks like Bitcoin wants to do a loop around here. We'll see if it gets stopped out here. Maybe it does a little loop-de-loop. Not even making it up. There's some strong signs of weakness there. We'll see what happens, though. This one's going to take a while to play out. I can just tell there's low volume on Bitcoin right now. There's definitely more selling pressure than anything at this moment, but it's still low volume. So if something's going to happen, it's going to take a while, probably longer than we want to wait. So that being said, guys, I feel like this is probably a good time to wrap it up before Skydive actually leaves first. And she was probably going to leave in about 5 minutes or less anyway. I could just feel it. Her next comment was probably, all right, I'm going to sleep. So, I mean, I guess the letter, it's good that nothing really changes all that drastically. Apparently, they're going to both. Oh, there's the message. They're going to both leave in 2022. Wonder if they'll replace them or end the show. See? There's the timing. I have a feeling they'll replace them. That show's too good. Right on cue, she's leaving. It's that timing. I think we're linked or something. They were. All right, see you tomorrow. Thanks again, Mariano. Absolutely, no problem. See you guys tomorrow. I'll be ready to see who you bring in to the stream tomorrow. All right, but yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for hanging out. If you're new to this channel, or if you're not new, this is, you know, your second, third time back, and you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button so that I can catch you guys in the next live stream for sure tomorrow. Tomorrow should be good. We should have some action, either being above 35,000 or heading back down towards 20,000s on Bitcoin. And tomorrow will be, I think tomorrow will be the day where we start reaching a decision point. So yeah, subscribe so you can stay tuned for that. We'll cover it together. See if we can get Matt Wallace back in here or anybody else. That would be awesome. Thank you, Farsad. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for subscribing, or if you haven't already, consider it that way. And don't worry, I'll be up watching it. Awesome. Great. Have a great night. Thanks as always. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you hanging out. Thank you for your support today. And PJ, thank you. Great to see you all. All of you have a great night. Click subscribe. I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next video. Also, Twitter link is in the description if anybody wants to follow me there. I'm always talking about Doge on Twitter when I'm not live or posting a video. So if you want more updates, that's where you can find me. All right. Have a good night, everybody.